Hello, this is a junk journal with me. I don't do these very often. In fact, I've never done one of these. So yeah, I'm jumping right in. My first spread is about my new grandbaby. Callie had her 12-week scan, and I wanted to document it. So I started off by grabbing some scrapbook papers and my mini alphabet punch board and making the baby word. I also used distress ink in vintage photo just to go around the edges to give that nice grungy feeling. As you can see, I've got 4 photos. I love the bottom right one because he or she, I think it's a he, has his legs stretched right out, which I just think is brilliant. Then I downloaded these Halloween type date number things, and they were great, but they were placed so close together on the bit of paper they were a pain to cut out. So anyway, I cut that one out, and again I went around it with distress photo, vintage photo. Oh my god, distress ink, vintage photo. I'll get there in a minute. Then I've got this linen. I don't know where it's from. It's either Johanna or Cover to Cover Creations, and I'm really sorry that I don't remember which one it is, but I download them all, I shove them all into one big document to print, and then I print them up and shove them in a folder, and I really don't remember who it's from. Okay, so I really apologise if Cover to Cover Creations is watching this, and I've said it could be Johanna's. I'm sorry. So I'm still not that great with the whole you know, adding loads of stuff to a page. And I also wanted this to be quite simple because I didn't want to detract from the baby photos. So this was just a bit of journaling to say about what happened to the scan. I wasn't allowed in. They told me about it afterwards. Rob was so excited that after they'd done it, they gave him one photo and said he had to go outside while she saw the consultant. And he came running out to tell me. It was so sweet. This was filmed today. The previous spread was actually filmed a few days ago, but this bit was actually filmed today. This was over 2 hours of me doing catch up. This little heart, holographic heart thing you see me cutting out came off of a Mr. and Mrs. banner that we stuck over the front door the day Callie and Rob got married, which was the day after the scan, funnily enough. And I just thought it would look really nice if I just stuck it on the page. So I did. I had some photos that I wanted to add and some Nightmare Before Christmas stickers because that's one of Callie's favourite films. And I only remembered last night while watching it on Discord with some friends that I had those. So I was really pleased. I downloaded these photo mats from the Basically Amazing kit by Genevieve, and I had real issues getting these bloody things to fit. Now, hint, if you buy them and you are printing your photos to fit, you have to measure from the outside of one of the corners to the outside of the next corner. If you only measure the white bit, it will be too small and it won't fit. Okay. Then I used the Crocodile photo ad stub punch to make it fit. And you can see there, the little pokey bits fit sort of over the corners, which is quite good. But this took me, I wasted 4 or 5 photos trying to get this to fit. It was a pain in the ass, but I got there in the end. Then I cut out another date because, you know, got to write the date down, haven't you? This was fiddly as fuck, and I really wish I hadn't decided to do this. Not that small anyway. I'm going to go back to using the big numbers that I downloaded and printed up. I sewed on a bit of stuff on the right hand side there. Well, I didn't sew it on actually, I glued it on because my sewing machine was in to be repaired. I had all these little dinky photos that I'd printed up, and I didn't want to try and basically make a matte fit, so I just stuck them on this black paper that's got a slight grid on it, which I pulled out of, I'm just checking for you, oops, that was me dropping stuff, a paper pad by Recollections, and it is literally called Paper Pad Bloc de Papier. And it's got loads and loads of paper in it. It's quite vintagey looking. So yeah, that was my new fucking crocodile just hit the floor. Oh, this envelope holds a copy of the marriage certificate. I scanned it in. That envelope is also from Genevieve, and before I printed it, I added the marriage certificate writing to it. It holds a copy of her marriage certificate and the knitting pattern to the shawl that she wore during the ceremony, well, during the entire wedding. It took me a couple of goes to get it so that it actually fit in the envelope. I was so upset because I created the envelope, put it all together, folded the marriage certificate the way they do when they send it to you, and it was too tall. I was so upset, but there we go. Anyway, it all fits now. And then I stuck a photo of their hands and the wedding rings on top, and then just the rest of the photos around the page, really. You know, I really didn't know how to do this page and do it well. I think it came out okay. I was a bit annoyed. A couple of my photos in the process got scratched, but these are going to go into an album anyway. They will be reprinted and put into an album. These are just the most poignant ones for me and my family. So, and I had this printable that had like bells on the bottom, which made me think of weddings that I'd planned to use, and I'd forgotten all about it until I got to the end. So I was like, oh, what am I going to journal on? And then I thought, well, I've got the back of the envelope, haven't I? So that's what I did. Oh, my head's in the way. Sorry about that. Yeah, so just a quick little bit of journaling there. Just like that, she was married. It was a beautiful day. The look on Rob's face when he saw her was awesome. The weather was lovely and the day went without any problems. I can't believe she's all grown up, married and pregnant. And then I used a bit of invisible tape just to wrap around that particular signature, because where I haven't sewn it in, I didn't want to sort of stick it to the opposite side. And then, I got up here to go and get some tape out of my washi drawers, and I used this lovely gold heart. I just thought it was really pretty, and it kind of went. So yeah. And then I shoved the pattern and the certificate back in there. I haven't done a closer on the envelope because I figure after a couple of days of it being like in the book, it will close. It will stay closed more than it will open. So yeah, that was me rooting around in my book, in my little box of stuff, if there was anything else to go in. You also saw the map of the holiday park that they stayed in, because I'd also wanted to include that, but I couldn't really think of how to. So I didn't in the end. This was a bag from McDonald's. We went to McDonald's for dinner on, was it the next day or the day after? I can't remember. No, it was a couple of days after the wedding, because quite frankly nobody could be bothered to cook, and we were tired. So and Matt needed to be dropped off in town, so we went to McDonald's, and Daryl got a little what do you call them? Yellow Minions. That was it. Got a Minion as the toy. The card I plonked in the back was a card from the company that sold me the photo corner chomper you saw me use earlier on. I had another go at setting an eyelet into a card. It actually came out exactly the same, so I don't know whether it's supposed to, but that ring on the back sort of splits in one place. I should have shown you really close up, but I didn't think to. And on this one I journaled about my first affiliate stream on Twitch, which I had loads of fun doing. I've got a pair of socks there finished up, so that was good. And I'd also been thinking of Stuart a lot, so I added a picture onto here, I believe, as well. I had the date. Because I remembered that I hadn't done that. Yeah. I'd been thinking about them a lot, so I stuck a photo on there. Just made me laugh. I really need to stop using a glue stick. You can see on the blue page on the right hand side there, like leftover glue from where I just made a fucking mess. And it ended up going over the photos, and it was horrible. It was an awful mess. So I cut out another date, and I, distressed the edges. Got another photo, I think, yes, my second son Matthew, who's staying with me at the moment. See me rubbing away at it because it's got a bit of gunk on it. And Daryl having a cuddle, and then down in the bottom right hand corner, that's Daryl doing his Reading Eggs. Reading Eggs is a program it's an app that we download, but it's a website, and it's a learning program basically, and it does education right up until like 13 years old, and it's brilliant. Daryl loves it. And then I just basically did a little bit of a catch up because I wanted to write stuff down that happened, but I didn't have a load of photos and stuff to go with it, and I was by this point getting quite tired, so this was basically a catch up page. I just did a bit of a weekly roundup, if you like. I wrote about Callie having the scan, Tuesday getting married, Wednesday my first affiliate stream, Thursday I relaxed, and so on and so forth. Then we're on to the next page, and I was seriously running out. I'd run completely out of ideas by this point because everything that I wanted to add was all written, and I was like, oh, what am I going to do? I didn't want to just cover up all this lovely paper with printables because it just seemed stupid to do that. If that makes sense. So yeah, I sort of stuck the date on, and then I remembered we'd been out, so I had these lovely photos of Daryl. So I hunted about for a printable. I cut up so many printables today. And a little bit of a hint, if you have got some printables and you want to cut them up and they've got like raggedy edges, get some of those scissors that do like a scallop edge. And yeah, that'll make life so much easier. Trust me on this one. I went through so many printables today and just put a scallop edge on. Not that one, obviously, but yeah, that's my dog in the background. So yeah, little photos of me and Daryl. Look, all he needs is a red balloon. Then I just wanted something for that bottom left-hand corner, so I pulled out, I call these strawberry shortcake. Do you remember her? Little dolls that I had when I was a kid. I think they're great. I'm going to have to get some more because I just think they're lovely. So yeah, we went and saw a friend of Daryl's on that day, and we had a really nice day. Really nice. So quick bit of journaling in there. And then I was like, I've got all these sides left, and everything I want to write could literally go on very little paper. So I was really scraping the bottom of the barrel by this point. Then I found this photo of my cat. Now, my cat, as you may know, I refer to her as resting bitch face. She has a resting bitch face. She really does. She looks miserable all the fucking time. But every now and then, I bought this toy for her from Aldi about 4 years ago. It's a banana and it's full of catnip. And she's had other catnip toys since then. But this particular toy is the only one she plays with. And she'll walk past it a bazillion times and not touch it. And then every now and then she'll go kitten on it. And it's hysterical to watch. It is the funniest thing I've ever seen. And she just goes absolutely stupid. So I caught a photo of her the other day, and she sort of looked at me as if to say, what? And then I found this journaling card, and I thought, well, this went quite well. So I cut the title off and rounded the corners, and it says, small happiness is in daily life. And then I used the other side of the journaling card, had a round bit in it. So I used that to sort of document about her. Now, this is what I'm talking about. On that printable at the bottom, can you see it looks quite curvy? I used scallop scissors for that. And it came out perfectly. And you can't tell. You really can't. So, yeah. This was me just writing about the fact that Kyle and I had been watching Arrowverse, and we'd actually finally finished it, which was brilliant. Yeah, we've spent the entirety of lockdown, a few days a week he comes round, and we watch Arrow first. That was me just checking how many pages I had left, because I was out of ideas by this point. I really was. I need to print up a load of sort of like this, a picture that will take up some space every now and then. I don't think I will make a themed signature again, because you are then constrained. You have to fill it up, you know, with that theme. Oh well, I do anyway. I know you don't have to, but I do. And I really struggled to fill up the remaining pages. It might have been better if I'd been journaling every day. It's been nearly 2 weeks now, and I had to sort of fill this up, but it made life really, really hard. So yeah. I can't remember where I found that fairy. It was somewhere online. And there was another a printable that I'd done in sort of a very small, and it was just a quick, you know, I'm just going to chuck in there that we had a day at home, not doing much, you know. Then I had this printable, and I thought, well, you can't really write on it because it's covered in a picture. So I just stuck that on the page because I really didn't know what else to do, which meant that I could dedicate this last little, I don't know what you call that, is it buffalo check? Oh, excuse me, it's 1:10, I'm exhausted. Is it buffalo check? That on the left there. So I had a quick hunt through my little folder and found this little printable linen, and I thought, well, that would do. So I stuck that down, trimmed it off, and found some more Nightmare Before Christmas. Is that right? Nightmare Before Christmas stickers. And yeah, just basically journaled about all the bits that I hadn't yet journaled about, if that makes sense. I haven't put anything on that last page because I wanted to be able to see the cutouts, you know. So yeah, I think it worked quite well. I quite liked it. Bit of private journaling, so I cut the video. And then, yeah, I'll just give you a quick flip through of the entire month to show you all the little things that I did. I'm quite pleased with this. This was a challenge, but I really, really, really enjoyed it. I'm going to give it another go, I think, for November, maybe even for December too, and see how it goes. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget, thumbs up, click the cat and subscribe and all that biz. Bye!